Do you know that there are thousands of cars like Lamborghini, Bentley, and Mercedes in the Portuguese Sea? And do you know that there is a place in Arizona where billions of rupees of ships are rotting? Plus, do you know why a whole train was thrown into the sea in South Carolina? Well, in today's video, I am going to tell you about the most expensive megaprojects to fail in the world. So let's start our countdown. Friends, if you go diving on the Portuguese coast, you will find a huge ship in the depth of the sea. This sunken ship itself is massive. But the most shocking thing is that there are thousands of brand new cars in it, which are melting in the sea water. Well, actually, in February 2022, a Japanese shipping company, a ship of MOL, was taking more than 4,000 brand new cars from Germany to the US. On the way, a technical fault occurred inside the ship, which set it on fire. With the help of the rescue team, the ship was saved, but the ship sank with 4,000 cars. You won't believe that there were expensive cars like Lamborghini, Bentley, Mercedes, and Porsche in this ship, which were worth more than 483 million. Not only that, but the ship that sank had a cost of $24 crore. Well, the MOL company had a loss, but seeing so many expensive cars sunk, even a common man's heart will fail. Friends, if we talk about airplanes, then it is one of the most expensive things in the world. But what if I tell you that there is a place in the world where millions of rupees of planes are thrown like garbage? Well, the place you see is in Arizona, and it was built in 1946. By the way, the name of this place is Davis-Menton Air Force Base, but it is also called Boneyard. You will be surprised to know that more than 4,000 military aircraft are lying in an abandoned state in this Air Force Base. In fact, when a military plane breaks down or goes out of service in America, it is shifted to this place and left to rot. You won't believe that there are fighter jets and rare military planes here, and their value is more than $34 billion. But for years they have been rotting under the sky where their value is not more than garbage. If you dive on the coast of Charleston, a city in America, you will see a full train in the sea. Now the thing to think about is, how can a train sink in the sea? Actually, this is a mega and failed project. In 2002, a genius plan was made to attract scuba divers on this beach. The government placed 50 brand new boxes of the train 100 feet deep in the sea so that divers come here and explore this underwater train. Not only that, but sea plants were also decorated inside the train boxes. Even inside these trains, food was also arranged for aquatic animals so that as many fish as possible can come here and it can become a natural place. Well, the government spent millions of dollars on this project and still it failed. This place was so boring that people did not even come to the fish in those train boxes. So this project failed badly, and all the trains are still abandoned there and no one goes here to dive. This place looks like a major accident in which dozens of cars have been destroyed. But you may be surprised to know that this scene is self-created. Well, actually this place is in the Nevada desert and it was made in 2011. 40 brand new cars were brought here and they were pressed in the sand from the front side. Then artists did different artwork on each vehicle so that they could be made more attractive. Actually, all this was done so that this place could be made a tourist place. Even millions of dollars were spent on this project. But no matter how much the desert is decorated, it remains a desert. Not only humans, but even birds did not come here, and even today millions of cars are burning in the sun. Now what can be more stupid than this? Friends, the massive structure you see looks like an alien technology at first glance. But actually it is a high-voltage research center which is present in Moscow. It was made by Soviet scientists in 1970. Actually, it was a Mars generator. With the help of this machine, the power of cosmic electricity could be estimated. Plus, it was easy for scientists to know that if there is a danger of cosmic electricity falling on ships, how can it be saved? Well, millions of dollars were spent on making this device. And in addition to this, a massive amount of electricity was needed to charge it. So basically, the scientists made this massive device. But there was neither money nor electricity to charge it. So this mega project failed badly and this device is still rotting in Moscow. Friends, this huge concrete dish you see is present in an American island, Puerto Rico. Actually, it was a space telescope invented by American scientists in 1963. So that other planets, stars and galaxies can be researched with the help of it. Not only this, But this telescope was the largest telescope in the world, and billions of dollars were spent for making it to using it. Well, it was used for research for a long time. But in 2017, a severe hurricane came and it damaged this expensive telescope badly. But after the hurricane, the American government repaired it again and millions of dollars were spent on it again. But unfortunately, in 2022, the central platform of this telescope, which was hung in the middle of the telescope with the help of a cable, suddenly broke and the telescope fell and the entire telescope was destroyed. Well, now this device is completely useless and rotting on the ground. Friends, this huge metal wall you see is actually a radar structure that is present in Russia. This was a megaproject built by the Soviet Union in 1972. The length of these metal walls was more than 500 feet and it was spread over an area of 23 kilometers. The radars installed inside these walls used to detect missiles, and they were so powerful that they could detect missiles from a distance of 250 kilometers. But unfortunately, in 1986, a technical problem arose in this radar and it exploded. The Soviet Union spent billions of dollars to make it, but this project was destroyed so badly that Russia still could not destroy it. Not only that, but the radiation generated by the explosion of this power plant was also so dangerous that it completely destroyed the area of 25 kilometers around it. Even the effect of this radiation is still present in this entire area, so it is completely illegal to go to this place. Anyway, whatever it is, this mega project was no less than a man-made disaster. Friends, this strange train you see was invented by a French engineer named Jane in 1970. Actually, Jane wanted to make a futuristic train. Normally, the train ran on tracks, but the most unique thing about the Aero train was that it could fly 3 to 4 inches above its track. Because of this, its speed was much higher than a normal train, which was 430 kilometers per hour. Jane spent millions of dollars on this project and made many new trains. But one problem with this train was that it was necessary to build new tracks all over the country to run it. When Jane presented this structure to the French government, another railway company invented a train called TGV and built it in competition with the Aero train. The special thing about the TGV train was that it ran at a speed of 320 kilometers per hour. And more importantly, there was no need for a new track to run this train. So the French government rejected Jane's million-dollar project and TGV trains were approved. Well, this train was built by spending millions of rupees, but today it is rotting in the warehouse of France.